What's going on, guys? Seth and Chevy here. We just watched episode 7 of season 2 of Frieren. We're going to be talking full spoilers ahead, so hopefully you've had a chance to watch this episode, and we'll do a real quick recap. We start the episode with Genau kind of talking about what happened with his partner. We move forward and how he got set up with Methoda, or Methode, as they say. Methode. Well, I look at it and it's like German, so I'm like a Methoda.
Right.
But we jump forward and basically the demons that are anticipating the Frieren and crew are discussing whether they want to attack them head on or what. And so the main guy says that he wants to get them split up because he has a weird feeling about these guys. Probably a good strategy. So, later in the episode, they're getting ready to split up. Genau is going to stay back and wait for people to show up for the corpses, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody's getting ready to head out and hunt down the demons, but then Stark decides that he wants to stay behind and hang out with Genau in case the demons show up. He'll have somebody to back him up. Genau basically says he doesn't need the help, but Stark makes his case and ends up staying with him. So you got Frieren, and Methoda heading out through the woods, talking, petting Frieren, and hugging her for a spell book in exchange. Fern getting weird about it and slowly trying to get Frieren away. It's so ridiculous. While that's going on, they run into two demons who are flying and can detect them, put out a mana fog that basically makes it so they can't really detect them, right? That's kind of the thing.
It lowers detection and visibility.
Yeah. And then they start their attack, blasting from the sky. They get split up. Methoda's split up from Fern and Frieren. Methoda runs into a sword-wielding demon who has like a blindfold on, and Frieren and Fern run into the other guy who Frieren has decided Fern needs to fight by herself because she's ready and she's supposed to, because it's
her job.
Yeah, it's her job to do it. And Fern's not feeling too comfortable with it because she thinks that the demon's more powerful than her. And there's a part where Frieren basically points in the direction of where he's at, where he's going to attack from, and she blocks from there. But she said that, if you didn't even tell me where he was, I wouldn't have even detected him. And Frieren basically lets her know. She's like, no, you'll be fine. You can take him. That will be a thing. And then we jump back to Genau and Stark, who are talking and eating fish. Well, Stark is. And then they run into the four-armed demon, snake dude, who basically is there to kill them. Genau tells Stark not to basically get in there and try to fight him, but be defensive, because that's what he should be doing as a frontliner. And so Stark does his best to defend himself, but also tries to defend Genau. But Genau tells him that he doesn't need the defense because he's actually proficient in close quarters combat in his magic. And then he jumps into the air and spawns some wings, and we're left on a cliffhanger. So next episode should be a doozy, I think. This one was pretty good. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it was a good episode. Did a good job of setting it up. We got some more about Genau. Obviously, it's going to be kind of important since we're probably going to have him the rest of the season, assuming he survives it. And being able to see another mage type in action will be interesting. Plus, we have 4 demons now to see what kind of things they have going for them. Mm-hmm. We have a pretty good idea, obviously, with the four-armed guy, because it was kind of explained. They know him. He creates magic swords. He can manipulate their sharpness and weight at will, and he is specialized in that.
Weird ability.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see how that plays out.
And we kind of saw it a little bit because he was swinging around really lightly, mm-hmm. and then he made one super heavy before swinging at Genau.
That would actually be a pretty good ability to have, because you could do a light pickup and then a heavy downswing.
Yeah,
and it'd be hard to block.
Yeah, it was just really neat to see. Obviously, I love be able to get to see Stark in some action, because he is pretty underplayed.
He gets neglected for sure.
But obviously, it's not necessarily about him. But I would like to see him have a moment, just like I feel like we're gonna have Fern, who's gonna have her third moment at this point, I'd
Yeah,
say. But
Fern's kind of set up as like a chosen one type character though,
Yeah.
where she's like super powerful. She's just not fully realized yet. Whereas like Stark feels like an underdog in the show.
Yeah.
And I always want him to prove himself because he wants to. And he always gets put in situations where he shows that he is a protective type person and is
definitely.
trying to help. But I don't think we get enough from him. So I'm excited to see him and Ganao. I'm also really excited to see Ganao because
Yeah.
he seems a little too
comfortable.
calm, cool, and collected. So I'm like, what's up with his fucking sleeve? Because he wasn't even trying to block the dude.
I was like, him and Frieren are both just like,
Yeah.
this is just how it is. So
Yeah.
versus the young ones are like stressing out, which is kind of cool to see. And then Methode seems calm, but she always seems calm. So
And weird.
Yeah.
Calm and
she's
weird.
definitely weird. But yeah, anyways, yes, the setup was really nice. I liked seeing Stark get in there and parry all those hits. Ganao doing flips to get himself in the air, which was a little crazy. The only other acrobatic mage we really saw was oh no, I've forgotten her name. The girl with the extendo staff and the teleport move.
Yeah, so I'm curious about what Ganao has up his sleeves because he's like a very like low energy, low expression type dude. But
Well,
then
the
he's flipping around and shit. So I'm like, oh, he's a sleeper.
Yeah, well, and then the show has already established its rules for magic, which is like if you can imagine it, it can exist type
Yeah.
of thing. And so that's kind of cool to see how they treat like these different spells and stuff like
When
that.
he
too.
said something like that when he's in the air, he
To
said
make his
something about
wings.
like he's able to create things that shouldn't exist.
Yeah, because the swords shouldn't exist
Yeah.
either, type of thing. So, but that comes down again to like if you can imagine it type of thing, and most people can't in a lot of the ways. Yeah, and then the two demons descending upon our three other mages. That was a neat setup as well. I love the how we have a monk style demon and a samurai style demon, very Japanese.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be a lot of fun. We got a little taste that the monk one controls wind, it seems like, because I know a lot of magic is based off elements, especially modern magic in this world. And yeah, seeing Fern get to actually she's had a couple fights obviously at this point, but like I don't think she's really been like super challenged outside of when she fought the blood demon guy. I can't remember his name right now, but it means liar in German. Yeah, what am I missing? I mean, that's pretty much it. It's a bunch of setup. I'm very excited. Also, the tension breaker with the comedy in the middle. That's just very
It
on
needed
brand for the
some
show.
humor, and we got it. So.
Yeah, and we got a little bit again too with the Ganao and Stark, conversation where they both are worried about getting in trouble with the women of their groups
yeah.
because you shouldn't eat out when it's late.
Yeah, tell that to us Americans.
But yeah, no, it was great. I'm super looking forward to where it goes because they've set us up with a lot of characters at this point. So
Speaking of not overly Japanese, but just Japanese archetypes, I thought it was funny when the quad sword guy was trying to like have the quintessential conversation and get people's names and stuff, and I was like, you don't tell a pest that you're about to exterminate what your name is.
which was a big move.
Yeah, I was like, that guy's ice cold, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool. I always appreciate when they kind of break those tropes because even like back in like Berserk, there's parts where people are like trying to talk and he just runs and starts swinging. I'm just like, all right, fucking no need for discussion. Yeah, the episode's good. I really enjoyed it. The beginning of the episode was like a little slow, but it was kind of like giving some background, and like the show does, we say it every review, but kind of just building the lore, building the world. If there's one thing the show does really well, and I'm sure the manga does well, it's like always giving you more to chew on when it comes to things in the periphery of the world and the story that we're watching. There's always something. So finding out about Ganao's old partner and how he got hooked up with Methode was interesting. Also, kind of exploring Ganao as a character a little bit more is interesting because, like, when he first showed up in the last episode, and we've seen it before, but like, I'm like, man, this guy's like dry as hell, dude. Like, there's like not much to him, but there's a lot to him. He's just not an expressive dude.
Yeah.
We got some elements of more of who he is, in a subtle way in the last episode. In this episode, we got some more of that. I'm really excited to see him fight though, because I just am curious about what he can do. But yeah, the whole discussion with Stark is just kind of showing more of Stark's personal character of like, oh, I'm going to stick with him. Why should he be alone and get ambushed on his own? And you guys can just run if you have to. If it's bad enough. Plus, you got Frieren with you, so
he also relates because of what happened to him in his childhood.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I completely missed that part, but yeah, you're right. So yeah, that was cool. The whole walk with Frieren. That's the second time I've had an issue saying
Bars are getting you.
Saying her name tonight. I'm like in hyperdrive though, talking. I need to slow it down a little bit, especially when I'm saying Frieren because there's just a lot going on there. But yeah, when they're walking and talking, that Methoda chick's just creepy, wanting to like pet Frieren because she's like, I like to pet small girls or women
small
or whatever.
Cute things.
Small, yeah, but she said something about like girls, like,
yeah.
And I was just like, it's so weird. Yeah. But and then she's talking about, and I forgot her name.
Siri.
Yeah, petting her, which I'm like, that's weird. But as soon as she pulled the book out, it's funny because like they're like, okay, that's kind of weird. But she's like, I got this book where you don't drop the shells.
The eggshells in when you're cracking an egg.
Yeah. And instantly the next frame is just Frieren just like, okay. Just like with a smile.
Big old smile, yeah.
And then she's just walking with it reading while she's getting pet. And then she's like, can I hug you? And she's like, you can do whatever you want. She's like, I can do whatever I want. I'm like, that's a little weird. Yeah. It was hilarious because, yeah, then she's like hugging her, which is weird. And the whole time Fern's just in the background with her fists just balled up and she's got her
Puffy
face.
Yeah.
And I love how she expresses being upset because it's just like silent anger. She just walks over, starts tugging on her, and like starts lifting her. And she's like, and Frieren's like, not even. She's like, oh, you're gonna rip me in half, like stop. But then she's like, not really resisting. She's just like trying to talk her out of it. So ridiculous. Really curious to see how the next episode goes when it comes to the fight scene between those three and the two demons. They do seem like cannon fodder. Enemies, so it'll be fun to see how they get out of it. Also, it will likely be a proving moment for Fern because Frieren is basically boosting her up and saying like, you can handle this on your own. You say you're not that powerful, but you are, and you're supposed to be doing this. So
she's also definitely fulfilling her role as like the teacher. Right?
Exactly. So. Yeah. So she's like just pushing her out the door, going like, "Hey, you got to do this on your own." Yeah. And I'm sure she'll be there if she needs her. But
realistically, yeah, she's right there.
Yeah, so. But she's just saying like, "You take care of it." And I'm curious to see what Methoda can do against the samurai chick. So we'll see. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, the only thing we've seen from her really is that besides being able to also do healing magic is in the first season she did like counterattack stuff. So like she'd throw her shield up and things would touch it and she'd revert it back to them.
Yeah, it's going to be perfect for a sword person then. I'm like, why they put her against the sword person? That makes complete sense. Yeah. And then the intro to the fight between the quad arm guy and Genau and Stark. I'm interested in
missing small demon.
Yeah, because there was the one who, in the beginning of the episode who was saying curious. Like we should go kill them.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, let's split them up first." So yeah, I'm sure she, I think it was a she.
Whatever.
Just will pop up at some point and do some tricky shit. I'm sure when the demons against the wall or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good episode. Got a little bit of action, got a little bit of comedy, got some more heartfelt story and character development. Exactly what I want from the show. The show has a great record of fulfilling exactly what I watch it for almost every episode. So I appreciate it, and I will be looking forward to the next episode. Also, worth mentioning, I'm sure anybody who's watching the show with us knows, but apparently after this season, we will not be getting seasons for a while.
Yeah, manga's on hiatus.
Yeah, which... is brutal, but I'd prefer them stick with the official story than to just create their own fluff, story and get it wrong. So, but yeah, it's gonna suck because I do really enjoy the show. So, you got anything else?
3 more to go.
Yep. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about this episode. Favorite parts, least favorite parts. If you have any complaints, and maybe there's something in the episode that you want to talk about that we didn't mention. And yeah, where do you think things are going? Unless you don't know, don't tell us, please. Because we haven't read the manga and we've gotten this far so far. So want to go further without knowing what happens. Recommendations, if you have anything you want us to watch and review, movies, TV, anime, let us know. We'll take it under consideration. We are watching this right now and doing episodic reviews. We're doing episodic reviews of JJK. If you're watching that, we will be doing a season review of Trigun and a season review of Hell's Paradise Season 2. So stay tuned for those. And I think that's it. I've been Seth. This has been Chevy. Until the next review, we will talk to you guys later.